at first glance, this sounds so simple. But my question to you is, why is it blowing up online? It's all to do with the right arm at the start of the swing, and then how it improves your backswing, and then the downswing in here. Today, we're gonna review this viral golf tip, and what is best about this is, I'm gonna show you how you can apply this in 3 different ways. Level 1, level 2, and level 3. And depending whether you are a beginner, intermediate, or super advanced player, this is how I believe you can apply this to your game. With all these viral golf tips, I'm gonna give it a rating of gold, silver, and bronze, because I want you to know if it's something you should be looking at, and this is why. This is me reviewing the most viral golf tips on YouTube. This has got over 500,000 views. Now, there's actually part of this tip where I think they've gone wrong, where we can actually massively improve this. What is it fixing? What is this golf tip fixing? Now, essentially what it promises right here is that if you set your right arm better here, it will stop you swinging over the top. It's also going to give you way more distance with driver, but also in your iron. So it's a tip and a drill that you can apply throughout your set. Now, we're going to hold this tip and this person accountable. We're going to get some data, so give you some club path data, which essentially is showing the direction of travel. Now, if it's going to stop an over the top swing, we would want it to be more what we call in to out. So it should, we'll see, have a right number. And what I mean by that is a number of like 1, 2, or 3, or even point something to the right of target. So we're going to look at, does it promise that and does it deliver? But also, what distance do we get? So let's start with level 1. Now, level 1, I call this the give blood drill. And what this is, I think this is the best way and the simplest way to think about this. And this is one of the ways in which I think this creator's gone wrong. We've got to have a routine. If golfers have a routine, we stick to it, right? And it is something where you're going to hold your very self accountable. We address the golf ball, get your left hand grip on only, right? And this is where you get everything set up and the part of the routine. Now, I want you to feel as though you give blood. And what we're looking at this point for is this elbow, for me, in my opinion, in this level 1, and this feels brilliant for so many golfers, this, by the way, like, absolutely brilliant, is that it almost is sitting on top of that hip joint. So like my hip joint is somewhere here. It almost feels like it's sitting on there. Now, what you've got to really watch out for, and where a lot of golfers go wrong, and this elbow sticks out, and why we encourage this move, is from this point forward. So level 1 is this give blood drill, and we just turn the palm over. Now look what I'm doing there. It's almost like I'd be turning a doorknob. You know, if you were turning on those circle doorknobs at home. For American viewers, I hope doorknob is the same word for you. I think it is. So turning the door handle will go, not doorknob. This direction. So what that would be from your point of view would be anti-clockwise. What you're viewing right here would be more of a clockwise direction. But what you will see is in an anti-clockwise direction. So left hand on, get your ball position. I have 8 iron. If I was doing it with driver, it'd be exactly the same. We get it in, we turn it over, we take our grip. Now have a look at where that is so much more tucked in right now, to where the point, you can probably see the top of my left forearm. I'm not hiding it, you can see it. Okay, so let's hit this one away and let's see what data we get straight away. That's brilliant, that. I feel like I can really, yeah, you know what? I feel like I can really set it on plane too. Interesting. I feel really exaggerated here and it feels really weird. Does it look weird? I'd love for you to sort of help me out on that. That's a lot lower than normal. That's our first shot away. Let's have a look and let's data. Okay. Super interesting. Let's take a look at this data here. I can't move this, so we're gonna have to go down on our knees. Have a look at that. 2 degrees to the right. So for so many golfers, if you're a beginner, you know what, even if you're intermediate, and you know what, even more so, if you're advanced, wow, what a way to start this. Now, that's what it gave me at level 1. I wonder what distance we got here. 1.32 smash, there's room for improvement. 115 ball speed, that's okay, I know I've got room for improvement there. 87.5 club head speed, I know I can swing quicker than that. So level 1, we're starting with this, but let's build. And a 152 carry. Now if that's level 1, what am I gonna be at when I get to level 3? That's got me thinking. So level 1 is super simple. It's remember these key stages of get your grip, get your ball position, give blood, turn the handle, on. Simple as that. And that should really feel you have the ability to let that right arm more fold in this backswing. Feel like you're holding that plate at the top. On the way down, it's almost like you can stroke the dog through here. That way. I really believe you can got that ability now to do that more so than you had before. Where again, I want to level this tip up is I want to give you more ideas of how you get this feeling from this starting point in the more of the backswing, especially in more of this downswing. So let's dive straight into level 2. Now this is where I believe we get so much more control of this club face too. And I say this to people all the time. They go to me, Alex, I'm now hitting from the inside. But you've not talked about the face. And all this is doing right now, again, I said the creator got this wrong, is it's getting you set better, but I'm now swinging to the right. Imagine this, right? And I see it on the range, right? I saw it on the range back here. Imagine now you're swinging to the right, but your face is pointing to the right. You actually stop, you're over the top, but unfortunately, we're hitting it further right than we were before. That's the worst scenario to be in. I would honestly prefer you to swing over the top. That's how much I believe level 2 and level 3 are needed in this. So, level 2. I call this baseball. Now, you could use an alignment stick. I'm going to pop this straight up here like this. It's not necessary, so like, don't worry if you don't have it, right? Okay, so the idea is super simple. I want you to address this, give blood, right hand on, and get the club into what I would call sort of baseball position. Now, come have a little closer look at this, right? I got left hand nice and flat, my right elbow in, and if I was to go sort of into that address position, look how again, I'm in that give blood, and my elbow is sitting on top of my hip. All I've done is come up, get into baseball. So you can see how in that backswing, okay, great, how my right arm's setting. Now look, if I use the baseball idea on the way down, how I would be more from the inside, okay? If I apply that down here, I would be more from the inside. But you'll notice one key element that kills me. I don't want it in your swing. It's this. You set. Look, where's my face? Pointing to the right. I've not built any intuition of what I need to do to square the face. This is where we level up at level 2. And I know we're going to see an increase in distance. 152 after level 1. I mean, it sounds crazy right now, but I reckon we get near 170 by the time of level 3. So get here, right? Get into that position if you need to. Get that feeling. That's no problem. Baseball. What I want you to do, and all I want you to do, is swing back, swing through, and get that club face to point to target. Now look what I've done with my wrist. I've used what a technical term would be flexion. Really, all I felt is an element of that. Now it's going to be super exaggerated. Don't worry if it feels exaggerated. It won't feel like that when you hit a shot. You're building in the intuition of this face. I'm telling you what I feel in my wrist, but honestly, just take your club face. Look, take your club face from there to there. What do you do? You just feel that feeling in the wrist, right? It's just that. It's just that. I'm giving you the idea of what I want you to have, but really, whatever you feel to get that club face to point more here is the key. So we're going to go here and do it with some speed. Boof. And if you want to go past it a little bit, right, that's what we look. Not leaving the face pointing the sky, get it pointing to target. That's the baseball idea for level 2. So let's hit one away. Let's hold it accountable. Let's see if it promises. I think it does definitely promise. So it's definitely at least past a bronze right now of the overall original tip, because I did hit from the inside straight away. So we've got to say that, right? Here we go. Here's our next shot. Make sure we're in the same direction. That same feeling, that baseball. Oh, wow. That was like those pro flights. It was like low to high. Whew. Not quite what we want at level 3, but 167. Let's have a look at this data here. So the 2 points were the distance and also the path. I'm nervous about that because I don't know about the path there. Okay, so carry 167. I'm at 8 iron still. We've got one more level to go. Let's have a look at this right here. 120 ball speed. Oh my God, that jumped up 5. 3-4 smash. I've got better than that. Launch 17.9. Face angle was a little bit open. Okay. 2.8 to the right. So went up from 2 to 2.8. So I actually got even more to the right. And when I had that baseball idea in my swing, I really feel like it frees me up. I really, really do. And I love that idea of freeing myself up, having less swing thoughts, and just thinking, okay, if I was hitting baseball with this right arm set, how would I get the club face to point to target? Well, I'd just make that move. Let that be the director. Be less sort of internally focused on what you have to do. Be more associated around, well, where does that have to point, okay? It's different for everybody. You feel one thing, I feel another. Now at this point, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, this is where we test viral golf tips to decide whether they're good, bad, or totally indifferent, and you should stay away from those tips online. So if you haven't subscribed, please do, and turn on that bell. Also, in the comments, if there's any tip that you're like, Alex, it's worked sometimes for me, it's not worked other times, I want a little bit of advice, pop it down below. Let me know the title, and we'll review it here on this channel. It's all part of what we do here to help you play better golf. Right. Enough of that. If that's what we get at level 2, and I said 1 then, 2, I wonder what we get at level 3. I promise you over 170. I think it's possible. Let's see. Now, you've noticed I have done the first 2 levels with an iron, but you definitely can do the same things. Like, look, like, it applies to every club. It's a move. It's just a move we're looking for. Right. Have a look at this video. This is the BMW winner. I took this video at the BMW PGA Championship at Wentworth. Just look, Alex Noren. Look what he's doing. Can you see how exaggerated that was? Let me show you that again. Look how exaggerated this is. This is so crazy. Now, how exaggerated is that? So this really got me thinking. Now, if I play the shot, did it look like that? Did it heck? Did it heck? I mean, he went on to win this week, and he won his 2nd BMW PGA title, and he's one of the vice captains at the Ryder Cup. So this is a guy who knows his stuff. So it got me thinking, how could us mere mortals apply this into our game and something we could take to the golf course as a constant reminder? And that's all that is. That pre-shot routine is essentially just a constant reminder of what he's working to in his golf game. Nothing more complicated, just as simple as that. I promise you. We're cutting through the noise here. This is what I want you to do. I want you to please promise me, and I'll know. Well, I won't know, but if I say I'll know, you might know. Okay, I want you to grip it left below right for your pre-shot routine. What this does is, because now your right arm is higher on this golf club, it's forcing like this to be here more in terms of this give blood position. When it's going low on the golf club, when we grip it normally, can you see how it's easier to get me in this position? It's a little bit awkward. And when you're in the heat of the moment, it's windy, you're playing against your mate for a beer, you're playing against somebody, you forget these things, and this makes that stop happening. Your first practice swing, you go left below right. You can even grip it sort of baseball style. All I want you to do is, and why I like this is, it automatically gets you to fold this trail arm, this right arm. On the way down, I want you to exaggerate the right elbow being back on top of that hip where it started. And then I want you to apply the feeling from level 2 of get the face pointing to target. And just feel that. Up, in, feel it. You're applying the skills that you've learned from the first 2 levels into this, and that's why it's so simple. Then you go and hit. Okay, let's see what we get. We had 2.8 to the right. We had a lovely little shot in the last one. We had a 167 carry. Can we get to 170? I've done my routine, and now walk in and hit. I think so. It was a blooming good hit. I'm a bit nervous. This is going to be super close. 1.9 to the right. Okay, we kept ourselves to the right. Let's have a look at the data here. I'm a little bit nervous here. Oh, wrong button. Is anybody else nervous for me right here? Launched a little lower. It was a little thin. Oh, smash factor wasn't quite as good. This is going to be super close. 160 carry. Not quite 170, but it's still a blooming good 8-iron, right? If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to hit subscribe. This is where we test some viral golf tips. Plus, we've got so much going on this channel that is here to keep you entertained and most importantly, get you better at golf.